Now second step is to download and install Eclipse on your computer. So for that you need to open your browser. Type for search engine, that is google.com. Now write Eclipse IDE, and first link you will get it from www.eclipse.org. This is the first search string we have got. Click on it and you will get to the eclipse.org website. At the top right you have been given the download option. Click on it. So as now the new web page has been opened, you can see that there is written get Eclipse IDE 2020 /12 download 86_64. Click on it. Now you can see the nearest location to you is from this Japan. Click on the download button. Now from here you can see your Eclipse is getting installed. Now as you can see that your Eclipse has been installed. Click on show in folder. Here you go, you have your Eclipse installed there. Double click on it. As you can see that Eclipse installer is getting started. Here comes the new dialog box. Here are so many developer options. See, as you can see, it is for C++ developers, and then there you go with the PHP developers. For my case, I don't need all these developer options. So what I will do is that I will go for the Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Click on it. Now you can see the path of where it is getting installed. See, so now just click on install. Accept the user license agreement. It is from the Eclipse Foundation. Accept now. So now the installation is getting started. As you can see that the Eclipse IDE for Java developers gives this option: the essential tools for any Java developer, including a Java IDE, a Git client, XML editor, Maven, and Gradle integration. So now what you have to do is launch it. As you can see, it said that your Eclipse has been installed. Workspace you can choose by yourself, or let it what it is. Click on the radio box and continue. Here you go. Now you have Eclipse installed in your computer. So for getting started, you need to click on create a Java project, that is at the top left. Hello world at the project name. There you can see there is Java runtime environment. Choose the third use default JRE and workspace compiler preferences. Next, and then finish. This is our output folder, hello world slash bin. Finish. Here is your module name, hello world, that is the package name. Check on the radio box. Now create. Here you go. Now your package has been made by you. Now at the source, right click, new, then class. You have to prepare a class, give that a name. I'm giving it Java. Then check on the public static void main string. There you go. There is your package hello world, then the main class, that is public Java. Then so now let us see what we have here. On the top of this file we have package, and this package statement specifies what class it has. So we have the hello world class that that is with the package statement. So as you can see, that Java class we have here, that belongs to that package. And then the package statement is terminated with the semicolon. In Java, when we have any statement in a line, we need to terminate it with this semicolon, or we can say it a terminator. So within this package we have our main class, that is Java, and that is public class Java with the pair of curly braces. So within this class we have our main method, that is public static void main string args. So public is there due to it is accessible from other parts of the program. Static, I would be telling you about static afterwards, but in every program, in every method there should be static. And void means that it is not going to return any value, and string args is a, and here in the parenthesis, that string args we have one parameter. We can use this parameters to pass values to our program. And after the parameters you can see the set of braces again, and within that braces there is a comment written. You can write these comment to explain the programs to others. Now let us print something on the terminal. So here in the Java we will use system class, and after system you need to type dot. Dot will tell you what are the members inside the system class. So the member we are going to access is out, and you can see what out is. Out is a field which has a type that is print screen. So we are going to write print.ln, that is print line. So here we are executing the print line method. Anything inside this parenthesis with double inverted commas around it would be displaying on the console. Also inside this parenthesis we can pass values to our methods. So right now we want to display hello world, and hello world is a textual data. In Java, whenever we want to display textual word, we will surround them with the double inverted